Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, that is my sloppy but hopefully good attempt at the intro to Free Mind by Thames. Anyway, so what are we talking about today? It's interesting. It's always interesting. But I made it a topic and I was like, yeah, I can talk about this. But it's like, wow, it's kind of tough. Like initially it was just oh yeah, I'll talk about this fun, cute thing. And I'll talk about it first, but then I'll share my alternative thoughts on everything. So, I, yes, I have made purchases on aebn.com, adult entertainment, I don't know, something network. But yes, I have. And I noticed that like my some of my videos would sort of disappear over time. And I sort of just let it go initially because yeah, I do watch porn, but it's like I don't watch that much. And I'm definitely not trying to come across like I don't watch that much porn. No, I'm not that guy, especially considering in my 20s, and we'll get to that. I used to watch a lot of porn and all of that. But that's another part of this story. But I noticed that some of my movies had been disappearing, and I'm like, hmm, well, how do they just disappear without any kind of, since I paid for it digitally, without any kind of refund or anything like that? And I'm like, well, how does that happen? And finally today, I went ahead and I called customer support for aebn.com. And it was so interesting because it's like, and this is where the question of shame comes in. Because I made the call to customer support, and the woman I spoke with was just as professional as, like, you would think I was calling, I don't know, customer support where I work. But no. Well, yeah. But you would think you were calling another kind of customer. Like she was just so sweet. She was like, okay, yes. No, absolutely. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes porn videos will get taken down because the studios will take them back and blah, blah, blah. But we don't know what videos they take down, so we can't automatically reimburse people for their missing videos. So it just happens. And she was very sweet. And I was like, wow, it's interesting. I'm calling about porn. You would think that it would be a potentially very, I don't, I, again, and that just goes back to the question of shame because it seemed like, yes, that's what she could have been like. No, we don't have those videos, you nasty porn watching something or other. How dare you? Yes, you deserve the fact that you paid for those videos and they disappeared because you are dirty. How dare, even though allegedly the statistic is that the vast majority of people watch porn. It is what it is. But she was very sweet, very nice, all of that, blah blah blah. But my concern came in that I was like, you're gonna make this video, Aaron, and you're gonna make it just out to be so sweet and cool and how you had such a good time. But in the meantime, porn stars from the generation when you were in your 20s and some early 30s are, now that they're older too, they are stuck trying to get their lives together. And I actually just read an article, even though I think the article was dated 2019, but it was talking about how Chino Black, the beautiful Chino Black, bowed out of porn because he was going to start a regular job. And then okay, one of the, yeah, MFers at his new job, what was then his new job, actually took the time to send management links to all of his porn videos. And it's like, F, why would you do that? And Chino Black was like, I'll just have to find another way. And that is something, that's the second part of what this video is for, because I want to let people know. And I guess part of the reason that I'm so very passionate about this particular topic is I know when I was in my 20s, I had a very high sex drive, as I should. And it manifests in the form of a very high masturbation drive because I wouldn't, I wasn't the type to have a lot of sex, but I was the type to have a lot of masturbation. And I would, and because I had such a high sex masturbation drive, I would, huh, oh man, okay, I have 2 more minutes. But yeah, because I had that high drive, I would think that I needed to do porn. And fortunately for me, the opportunity never presented itself. But for those out there who are debating it, I'm not going to say don't do it. But I will say you really have to consider what's going on. And I will say that I believe the children are the future, teach them well and let them lead the way. Also, additionally, I believe that we as a society need to be more welcoming to people who do porn, okay? And not act like, oh, it's such a shameful thing. We don't do it. You're a bad person. No, because what happens, and I actually recently heard about this, and I'm like, people do that? There are porn studios out there that will get the porn actors and say, in order to do a video with us, we'll pay you. And I'll make that another video at another time. But we'll pay you precious little compared to how much we make, but it'll seem like a large amount to you because you're getting it all at once and probably under the table. And they'll say, we'll pay you, but you must, before doing the scene, take these drugs. And I used to always wonder, like, how is it that people who do porn the narrative is often, oh, they're now hooked on drugs. Oh well, and now they're stuck doing porn. But that's what happens. They will, in order to get with this studio, in order to make their money, they will be told that they must do these drugs to loosen them up for the activity of sex, and they'll lose their inhibitions so they can get it all on film. I will do another part to this video, but I have something to do right now. Talk to y'all later, social media family. Peace. VerseTV.com. I'm Aaron Mack of #VerseTV. Stay blessed. Peace.